Hey Casey, my name's Grant with Blue Digital Solutions. I was just reaching out to you to show you kind of what your web presence looks like compared to some of your competitors. I know Tina had reached out to you, one of our employees, to let you know that we had made a video for you to send it out, just to kind of show you kind of where you compare with your competitors and show you a few tips on stuff that you can do to give yourself a better web presence. So just starting out, I was looking at some of the main keywords that are out there that are being searched the most in your area, and roofing Hattiesburg, Mississippi is one of them. It has roughly 150 searches or so a month for people in your area looking for roofing jobs. And there's two other main keywords that are out there that are people are searching as well, with roughly 110 to 150 people searching as well. So I just typed it in to kind of see where you're at on the first page of Google. So we scroll down and we see right here the Google My Businesses, the GMBs. See that you're nowhere here on the first three, which statistically, roughly 60 to 70% of people that are Googling looking for companies usually call one of these three companies right here. They either call the top one or they call the one with the most or best reviews. So in this case, I would imagine probably Beacon Roofing Supply, even though it's a building material supplier, they probably get a decent bit of calls for people looking for roofing jobs. And being, that they are a material supplier, they may click that and start looking down. But what I noticed when I was looking at this with your web presence is it doesn't look like you have a GMB out there. And if you do, I can't seem to find it. But one thing you do have going for you is I was scrolling down on the organic listings here, which those other 30% of people actually scroll down and look for. And obviously see Angie's List, Yelp. Those are all those citation type websites. But then third is here you're ranking top organically. So you're doing very good with that. And you're actually ranking for several other keywords that is doing pretty well organically. But to really ramp up your revenue and calls, need to get you up here in the GMBs. That's where most of your calls are generated. And just looking at what we currently have here, these are really easy companies to actually knock out of these spots and take over. Which you see E. Cornell here, he has 2 GMBs in this spot. So this guy here, he has a lot of real estate. So there's something that you could possibly do, and I'll kind of explain how to do that here shortly. But looking at your website, just look overall, the look of it is actually a pretty decently built website. Not sure if you're aware, but content is king when it comes to SEO work. Just like whenever you Google anything, whether it be Michael Jordan, goat cheese, whatever it may be, Wikipedia usually pops up first. And the reason for that is because they have a ton of content, very authoritative content, which tells Google that they are the expert in whatever it is that you're searching for on Google, that they pop up for. So in this case, you have a pretty good bit of content, and you have some keywords mixed in there, which in turn makes you that authoritative figure here and get you to the top. That's one of the many ways. But just seeing that the competitors are very weak in that area, it really looks like all it takes is some really good content, and that'll get you ranked. So good on you for that. I'm not going to compare you to any other competitors in the area, just for the simple fact you are the number one organically ranked company. So I just want to show you a few things kind of about your website. Some of the metrics and stuff like that, some things that you can fix to help even more, to hopefully get to that one spot organically, and how to also rank for some other keywords. So when I pull up your metrics here, so this is your metrics, this DR number right here, that's the power of your website, which as you see, you don't have any. You have 4 backlinks, and all backlinks is votes. So it's your URL on somebody else's website, and that's considered a backlink. So the more trusted website you can get your name on, the more power it's going to give you. The more power you get, along with your content and a few other things that you do for SEO purposes, it's going to push you to the top of Google. Here we have your keywords that you actually rank for, and then this is how many people are roughly going to your site based off of these keywords. And then this number here is just, if you are doing paid ads, it would cost you roughly $83 to get this traffic of 21 to your site. But let's look at the keywords for a second. So when we come look for the keywords, you see you got Bates Roofing here, And then we start going over here, and obviously that's the volume. So that's about roughly 100 people searching for that. This number here is just talking about how easy or hard it is to rank, so that's nothing really to pay attention to. And out of those 100, it's telling you that only 9 people are actually visiting your website after searching for your specific name. And the reason for that is probably because you're down in the middle of page 1. Most people don't scroll down that far. So and that's a pretty simple fix to get that, you ranked up there for the number 1 spot for your name. So that's one thing you should try to do, and just by doing that, you could add your name more in your content. You can, those backlinks that I was talking about, use Bates Roofing as an anchor text, which in turn would help power your site and power that keyword as well. And it's going to be the same thing for all these other keywords that you want to rank for. So as you see here, roofers, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, has 80 people, and you're at the number 5 spot. You're only getting 6 of these 80 people coming to your website, though, and it's because you're down towards the middle of the page. You need to get to the top. That way they see you, along with the GMB. That GMB is crucial to get more business. But you can go down and look at some other ones that you rank for. Mississippi Roofing, you see there's 20. All these other ones look like you're ranking for shingles and different stuff like that. But there's 2 other big keywords that are out there, and it's a different variation of what we've already seen up here. So roofers, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, roofing in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, roofing companies in Hattiesburg, and just all those different variations. There's a lot of people searching for that, and you're missing out on that traffic because you don't rank for these keywords. So the way to start, like I said, ranking for them is start using those keywords and try to mix it up into your content, and also get backlinks to power that so it can start pushing you up to the top to get that number 1 spot, start driving more traffic. Just from looking at it, you're missing out. Just from all the different keywords I've kind of looked at, at least 500 or 600 people searching for roofers in Hattiesburg. And you can see you're only getting roughly 6 to 15 total if you add it all up. People coming to your site that are specifically looking for those roofers. So that's just something to keep in mind. Another thing to look at right here is an audit, just a quick audit of your website, and it just kind of breaks down some of the stuff on your website and what you can fix and what's good on it, what's bad on it. And as you look here, you see you have 41 critical errors. You have 41 pages to your website that have actually been crawled by Google. And there's a handful of issues. So now let's go down and look at the issues. Well, before we do that, the site speed's great for desktop, but for your mobile view, it takes a long time to load. It's poor. So, doing a few things to get that up in the 3-second area would really help you mobile. It's proven statistically that most users that are searching something, trying to pull up a website, they wait usually 3 to 5 seconds before they get out of there and go try to find another website. We come down here to your biggest issues. These are there's a handful of them that are actually fairly big issues that's keeping you from ranking higher than what you currently are. One of the big ones is no sitemap, and this is really nothing more than a file that you have on your site that allows Google to crawl your web pages, and it has to do it often and efficiently. So that's one. And then the SSL certificate, and what that is right here where it says not secure. Some of your users are probably getting when they go to your site, depending on what the kind of software they're running for their virus protection. It might actually turn them away and say, hey, look, this isn't a safe website. Go back, or we're not going to allow you to enter it unless they take some crazy steps to get in there. So you're probably losing some traffic just because of that right there. And that's a pretty simple fix right there to secure. But that would definitely help you out a pretty good bit. Low word count, like I said, content is king. On 12 of your pages, you have a low word count, which is, just from looking what you have, it's really not too bad, but it's an easy fix as well. Here's going to be another big one right here. Most of all of your pages have the same meta description, so that that's the description on what your site is about for each page. So each page is going to have a different meta description. It needs to be unique in its own way. It doesn't need to be duplicated because Google picks up on that, and you're getting penalized for it. One of the other big ones, I know it says it's medium over here, but it's actually, I believe it to be a high impact when it comes to SEO, is the H1 heading. You have 4 pages that don't have an H1 heading in it, and that H1 heading is what's telling Google, what it is that web page is about and what you're trying, what you're wanting to rank for. So that's crucial to have those. You have another, right here, that's a quick fix. It just doesn't have a meta description. And And everything else, it's all small minor fixes, nothing crazy. But this is definitely something to keep in mind right here when you're doing some of your on-site SEO to help rank yourself even higher. Here's some of those keywords I was telling you about. So roofing, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, roofers, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, roofers in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. They all have roughly 110 searches per month. So you're missing out on a pretty good bit of those because I think you only ranked for one of these. So you're only getting, the 110 coming your way when you're missing out on these 220 here, plus like metal roofing in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, metal roofing. So these are all, this would all add up. If we kept going, there's more keywords down there. So if we were to start targeting all of those small keywords, after we target, 10 or 15 of these little small ones that have 30 or 40 each, that adds up. That's a lot of traffic, which in turn, hopefully, you would be able to convert into sales. But driving back to this GMB, like I said, that this is crucial to do this, and they're really easy to set up. Once you get them set up, the biggest thing that you need to do is really optimize this GMB. That's the one thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else. And that's probably why this guy is up here at the top, even with a bad review. It's because he actually has his GMB optimized. And by optimized, I mean he has all of his information in here. He has pictures. And he probably has more pictures than most of his competitors. And the descriptions and stuff like that. It's really... Actually, he doesn't even have a description, so he'd be easy probably to beat out. The reason that he's probably up high is because of something called citations. When you do a GMB like this, you need citations. Citations are nothing more than directories. So, we're able to get you into 200-300 different directories. So when we go look at how many citations each of these companies have, it tells you right here. He has 28 citations. So that's why he's number one. He's actually able to outrank all of his competitors just from these citations, which, this is a real simple thing to do. And I'm telling you, if you were to create a GMB and completely optimize it, get into all these different directories and outdo these numbers right here, you would have no problem outdoing the rest of all your competitors. Your organic site already ranks high, and that has a lot to do with this GMB as well. So the higher your organic site ranks, along with these citations and the optimization of the GMB, it's going to push your GMB higher and higher. You're already ranked high organically, so after doing this, there's no reason that you couldn't be in the number one spot. And lastly, just from looking at your site, I can't really tell exactly where you service, but if you service other areas around there that's not Hattiesburg, a great idea would be to do locations and add even if there's little small towns around you, add a full page with a lot of authoritative content for all those little small towns around you, or even bigger towns. It doesn't matter. And once you add those, to create a GMB for each and every one of those locations. That way you can pull in as much traffic as you can possibly pull in, and it's all free. That's the greatest thing about this. Once you rank up there, you're not going to be going anywhere. You're never going to have to pay for ads again, and that traffic's going to continue to come in month after month, completely free. I'd like to have a further conversation with you if you would like our help, possibly in doing some of this work for you. And like I said, my name was Grant with Blue Digital Solutions, and you can contact me at 706-233-3557. Once again, 706-233-3557. Thank you for your time.